Hello friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope you're well. If you've been online for any length of time, then you should know fragrance discounters. If for some reason you don't know what a discounter is, basically it's what it sounds like. It's a place where you buy fragrances at a discount, at least compared to full retail price. And what we're doing today is taking a look at the top 10 best-selling, most popular men's fragrances, at least at discounters right now. And I'm gonna let you know whether or not it's worth the buy, or if it's something that realistically you should skip. And some of them are skips. I don't care if they are selling well or not. All of these are gonna be linked in the description. Feel free to check them out down there. And for today's video, I decided to go with Jomashop because they recently ran a little sale, which actually they seem to do like every 2 weeks, but yeah, a sale. And the sales bring in, I guess, the sales. You get that? So I'm going off of what everybody was picking up when they had that impulse buy going through their brain. Starting with the number 10 bestseller on that site as of right now, it is Hawas Tropical. I didn't expect that, really. Now, of course, as time goes on, that bestsellers list will change, it will morph. But a lot of these fragrances I'm gonna share with you are consistently and constantly right there at the top, regardless of sales or not. So Hawas Tropical, this one right here is a clone of Le Beau's Paradise Garden. Now Hawas, a bunch of times, or Hawas releases, are a little more expensive than a bunch of the other clone fragrance lines out there. But this one, as of this video, is going for 25 bucks. Marked down on the website from 35, though at this point, I think they just constantly have like the fragrance net kind of styling, where it's like, oh, look at this price, this is the regular price, but a special price for you, my friend, which is here 365 days a year. So it's not special for me. But yeah, $24.99 is what that's going for right now. Now the performance here is really good. The projection is there, the longevity is there, great for spring, summer, and fall. It smells very similar to Paradise Garden, possibly the best Paradise Garden dupe out there, all things considered, especially at that $25 price point. And so for me, this one is worth it. 25 bucks, pretty hard deal to pass up, because in that price range, there's not a whole heck of a lot of stuff that's gonna tick every box for you, and that one comes close to doing it. The next bestseller is Stronger With You Intensely, Emporio Armani. That one going for $88.20. That's for a 100 ml size bottle, which they say is marked down from about 104. I don't think there's actually like a sale going on right now. I think that's just what they have it at. But so Stronger With You Intensely, this one when it first came out, massive. It just like improved on the original in about every way for most people. Really sweet, kind of cozy, gourmandy, good performance, the whole deal. But I would say that for a lot of people, there have been Stronger With You fragrances that have come out after this one that are better than this one. For me personally, I think Absolutely is the best in the lineup as of right now. The new Powerfully is pretty good. Parfum is good. If you could find them, Stronger With You Leather, Stronger With You Tobacco, stuff like that, also well done. And so, personally, I would skip this one for Absolutely, or one of the other releases if I could find it. And they do have Absolutely at Jomashop as of this video for about 95 bucks. So yes, it's $7 more, but for me, it's better than this one, so I'll pay the under 10 bucks to get that version, you know what I mean? Under 10 bucks difference, I mean. Now, all that said, Intensely is still a good fragrance. You know, it still smells nice, it still has performance, compliment puller, all that stuff. But for me, I would skip it for one of the other ones. The next bestseller, number 8, is the One Eau de Parfum, Dolce & Gabbana. Just keep touching it for some weird reason. Yeah, boy. 100 ml size bottle, 60 bucks. And it does say on there, limited quantity. How limited? I don't know, but that's what it says. That could mean 5, that could mean 500. That could mean 500,000, I don't know. Technically, that is a limited quantity. The quantity is the number, the limit is 500,000. Put it together, limited quantity. Of course, that's not what it is, but you know what I'm saying. So the One Eau de Parfum, the original, the One Eau de Parfum, because they have done a new version, of course, which looks like this right here. Basically, the new version looks really similar to the Eau de Toilette, just a little bit darker. The old version has this gradient where it's like black at the bottom and then goes clear up at the top, and also the color of the fragrance itself is a bit different as well. If you can see that, I don't know, can you see that? I don't know, can you see that? Can you see that? So you're not gonna get them confused is what I'm saying. And the version that they have listed on their website is this, the original version. Now, to me, this is yes. Yes. is goodbye. To be fair though, I have not cross-shopped other websites, so I'm not sure if $60 is like the going price at the moment for the older version, but I'm assuming it's right around there. Let's look. Gift Express has it for 55. They also have a tester for 45. But in general, it kind of seems like this is the price point. Yeah, some places have it way more, like 75 plus. So the reason this is an absolute must pick up for me, this is discontinued. This is replaced by this. So when all of these have sold, which will take a while, I'm not saying it's gonna be like next week, but once all of these have sold, the price on these are going to go up. That's how it always happens when something's discontinued and it runs out of stock at discounters at the normal prices, the price goes up. And then you'll be able to find it like eBay and places like that, but it's gonna be way more costly because this is now the One Eau de Parfum. If you look for the One Eau de Parfum, this is what you're gonna be buying, assuming you're buying from like a retail store. And those same distribution channels are gonna be feeding that to the discounters after these are gone. So basically get it while you can, otherwise the price goes up. This one of the best date night fragrances ever. Super fantastically good smelling. It's so nice. Tobacco, amber, warm spices, the whole deal. The stuff smells fantastic. The only drawback, the performance is so-so, but who cares? It's more of that magnetic type of scent profile rather than a bash you over the head scent profile. Now I brought the pricing up for this one at multiple stores and I have codes for those same stores, which are here. So you can use these codes to save money off Gift Express, Jomashop, which those codes only work within the app, Beauty House, the Perfume Box, Maple Prime, bunch of different stores. So if you ever shop at any of those stores for discounted fragrances, save even more. All right, the next one is the Most Wanted Parfum. This one also says limited quantity, 75 bucks. And this one is one of the more popular fragrances nowadays for fall and winter time. If you want that sort of vanilla caramel vibe, it gives you that sort of feel. You know, bourbon, vanilla, woods, ginger, puff of smoke, you know, that whole kind of aesthetic. That's what this has. One of the better ones as well, the performance, very good. And I'd say for me at 75 bucks, that one is worth it. Assuming that you like fragrances in that style. And if you do like this one, then you probably like Stronger With You as well. But yeah, the Most Wanted Parfum, 75, I'll take it. The next one, Myself by YSL, the Eau de Parfum. This one says it's $99.99 after coupon. Normal price they have on there about $118. That is for a 100 ml size bottle, so at least it's the full size, at least if you want to call it full size, whatever. This one's a little tricky. In terms of versatility, close to unmatched. You can wear the stuff whenever you want. People love it. Really clean. The orange blossom in there smells fantastic. A bit of fizz off the top with bergamot as well. One of the go-to anytime fragrances on the market nowadays. One of the most popular fragrances out there. Now, because it is so popular, it's not gonna get discounted as much because they know they don't have to discount it as much because people are gonna buy it regardless. So you do run into that with this one. Where it gets a little tricky is if you're trying to go, you know, your fragrances have got to be hyper complex, they got to have this and that going on, they have to be super unique, then you would say no, not worth it. And I do think, you know, $99.99, $100 essentially, is still a little expensive, but everything is getting more expensive, so that kind of is what it is, I guess. I think for me, I'm gonna say it is worth it just because of the usability there, the compliment factor. You can wear this during the day, during the evening, you can wear it to work, you can wear it on a date, you can wear it anywhere, and it's gonna work. And the next one is, surprisingly, Y Eau de Parfum. Now I'll tell you right now, there is no Dior Sauvage here. There is also no Bleu de Chanel, though that's never gonna be in here because Chanel will literally hunt you down and your entire family if you list their fragrances for a discounted price. Like you can make an eBay listing for a discounted Bleu de Chanel and they're gonna be like, kill that man.
No witnesses?
They are unhinged. They mean business. But yes, YSL having a better showing as far as the bestsellers on there compared to Dior. And this one is actually priced the exact same as Myself, $99.99. Whole thing the same, 100 mils, all of that. And you know, I gotta be honest, Y Eau de Parfum is a fragrance that I really, really love. I always have liked it. It has a nice balance of fresh and sweet together. The apple off the top smells great, draws attention as soon as you spray it on. Good performance. The amberwood in there has great tenacity. You know, it's got good staying power. To me, really versatile as well. wear it year round. I know some people will say, nah, not in summer because it's too sweet, but just dial the sprays down, it still works. And if you like that DNA, you could roll with Y Eau de Toilette or the new Y Iced or something like that during summer, and it's gonna work just as well. And kind of going back to what I was talking about here with the One Eau de Parfum, YSL Parfum, the original version, the all blacked out bottle, you could find that not that long ago at pretty much every discounter for a normal price. Basically what this is going for, somewhere around there. Well, the days of finding the original YSL Parfum for a decent price, those are pretty much gone. You can find them on eBay, but you will also find a massive amount of fakes on eBay as well, because Y has been one of those fragrance lines that's been faked heavily for a long time. eBay is absolutely overrun with fakes. And when everybody caught wind that the original YSL Parfum was being discontinued and the price was gonna go up, yeah, those fakes started hitting eBay hard. And there were people asking for like $70, $80 for fake YSL Parfums, you know, trying to price it close enough that people will go, it's gotta be the real thing. A fake would be like 20. So be aware of that. It is rampant on eBay and Mercari and places like that, but same thing probably gonna happen with this. Back to Y Eau de Parfum, for me, it is worth it. It's pushing the boundary because $100 for a fragrance that, you know, maybe years back you could have gotten for 60 or something like that does start to, you know, feel a little kind of gross, but it is what it is. I still gotta roll with that. Absolu Aventus by Creed. So you may be saying to yourself, wow, to have that as a bestseller, it's gotta be going for a sick deal. So it's a 100 ml size bottle. This is a 75, obviously this is an older one, but the 100 ml size is what's a bestseller. $425. But that's marked down from like 531. So, you know, that is a discount. Now, to be fair, retail price is $610. Oop, that hurts. Yeah, Creed pricing is, it's high. But now it's like comically high, like Cheech and Chong levels of high. And Absolu Aventus does smell great. You know, you can wear this stuff year round, like some of the other ones over here. It smells nice, well put together, well blended, the whole deal. But I gotta say, for 99.9% of people, even at the discounted rate of $425, it's not worth it. If you wanna go that route, there are multiple clones out there of this fragrance that are really, really well done. Supremacy Collector's Edition, you've got Vanguard by Maison Azzaro, you've got Club de Nuit Pursuit 1, among others. So yeah, $425, even though that's a discount of almost 200 bucks, still not worth it in my opinion. Unless you have a lot of money, at that point, you know, knock yourself out. But for a bunch of guys, you're looking at one bottle purchase over $400. That money could go to a lot of other things. And I know a lot of people will just put it on credit, which is not a good idea, unless you're able to pay off your credit card in full at the end of every month. Not that I'm giving like advice on building your credit score or anything, but you know, I've seen a lot of people max their credit cards out and stuff like this. Don't do that ever. And that goes for cheapies as well. Like don't say, well, I didn't buy this for $400 because I can't afford it, but then I bought 10 fragrances that are 30, because you can't afford that either. Like don't do that. Just buy a couple, my guy. I love you guys. Just don't go into crazy debt. Don't do that. Fragrances are not worth that. We are in the top 3, and at number 3 is Marwa Ya Prestige. This is another one that they are showing as marked off. They have $49.99 as the normal price, $39.99, so essentially 40 bucks as the special price. And actually, that is a pretty good price for this fragrance right now. That's about what it's going for. Most other places have it for even more than that. It is a clone of Imagination by Louis Vuitton. I'd say it's the most popular Imagination dupe out there as well. There are some really good alternatives to Imagination other than this one. Like this isn't the only one, but it is the first one that kind of blew up. Has kind of a soapy aspect to it, a soapy cleanliness as it dries down. Then of course has that citrus that you're going to find in anything that smells similar to the LV. The only issue I have is even at 40 bucks, that does start to tickle that upper end of the clonosphere. But I do think that that one is at 40 bucks worth it. Now, I have seen it listed for 60 and 70 at that price. What? No, No, don't do that. That happens sometimes when fragrance gets a groundswell of hype, and so it starts to sell out places, and then the places that still have it in stock will jack the price up because they're like, well, I'm one of the only 3 stores that has it. I'm gonna make 15 or 20 bucks more per bottle on these suckers. If you ever see that, do not buy it. Don't reward stores that do that. Doesn't matter what store it is, don't reward that. Don't do it. Just wait. They'll get it back in stock other places at a normal price, get it then. Even if you really, really want it. Because what happens is that basically encourages these stores to screw you over, and it's not good. This one though does smell fantastic, and it's heading into spring and summer in the Northern Hemisphere, so it makes sense. Number 2 is Liquid Brun by French Avenue. Another one that's showing is marked down, 30 bucks is the price. That one smells similar to PDM Saltier. It is very, very popular. Well, as you can see. Another interesting thing, no Lattafas in the top 10. Kind of would have expected Camera or something, you know. But no Camera. Marwa Ya Prestige, Versace, French Avenue. I'm sure maybe I look a month or 2 from now, it would be different, but this one is always right up towards the top of bestsellers. Fall and winter time, absolute monster, huge compliment puller. Another one that leans into that sweet, gourmand aspect, that side of things. And for 30 bucks, man, it's hard to beat. I think just as far as bang for buck, this and this are probably right at the top, you know, because you can get both of these, it's $55. And you got something spring, summer, fall, winter, so yeah, it's worth it. And somehow, some way, number 1, according to their website, the best-selling men's fragrance, Aventus. 2 Aventuses. 298 bucks. That's what that is going for. Marked down from 370 to 50. Nice. And I gotta say, it's pretty much the same as I said with Absolu Aventus. Basically 300 bucks is what you're looking at over here. Usability, pretty much the same as Absolu Aventus. You'd wear these the same times. Depending on your taste, you may think that this one is better, or you may think that this one is better. No real right or wrong answer, just personal preference. My wife would take either of them. She thinks they smell amazing. But it's the same kind of deal where it's like, well, at that price point versus all the other stuff that you can get out there, niche, designer, indie, clones, whatever, I just probably wouldn't go for it nowadays at 300 bones. That being said, you know, a year from now, it's probably gonna be going for a discounted price of $350 or something like that. So if you do really, 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 really want Aventus, you know, I would just look around at all the stores, and if you ever see them dip below like whatever your personal threshold is, then go ahead and scoop it up. Because it is hard to say, you know, don't get Aventus when it is the most popular best-selling men's niche fragrance of all time by a huge margin. Like, it is not remotely close. This is far and away the best-selling men's niche fragrance of all time. So it kind of makes sense why it's up here, but yeah. I just think that nowadays, unless you have a lot of money to spend, there's other things that you could probably get and be just as happy. And so I would pass on that. But it does smell amazing. I still love Aventus. It's just, man, the price is just... So there it is. That's a snapshot in time right now. The 10 best-selling men's fragrances. A lot of these kind of leaning more toward fall and winter time, even though we are heading firmly into spring right now. I think of all of these, the one that I would get first is this one, but that is solely because it's discontinued. It's going to be more difficult to find in the months to come. And just kind of the way that I like to have stuff like this, you know, I would get that. Perfect for dates, it's going to be gone. This one is still really good, the new one, but I gotta have the OG, you know. All right, guys, that'll do it for me. Thank you for hanging with me. Let me know of these 10, which one you think is most worth it and least worth it at that price point. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.